Hello, look to you lesson this delay. Now we shall continue with the primary activity. Last time we have finished with the 5 point. Now we shall discuss the 6 point, that is agriculture, right? Agriculture is a science, all right? It's a science and art of cultivations of soil. So you raising crops, all right? Raising crops. You will raise the crop, okay, and rearing livestock. So that is known as agriculture. So you will learn about the science of this, okay, soil. At the same time, the different type of soil. Which are the crops that are suitable for that very particular soil. So that is a science and art. Okay, how to make the soil level, all right, and then at the same time leveling, all right, and keeping the soil moist and so on. All right, so all these are art of cultivations of soil and raising crop. After the sowing the crop, all right, it is not finished until and unless or at the end of the process is harvesting. So till that point, you have to raise your crop. You have to give a manure or a fertilizers, okay, and then you have to see the predators, all right. Okay, so by that, what you are doing? You are raising the crops, and rearing livestock. So that is known as agriculture, right? Agriculture like the cherry chickpeas and the art chickpeas, lakshya chickpeas, right? And lakshya great power, soil kitol, that soil tika, sad the condition yago, sad the kan tanto kare dugudu, kare tap gugudu, dig the cherry wa. And raising crop, that tanto tap chibush, digger mar, hago chibush to go mar, dig cherry the hago chibush to go mar. 카레하고 거래가지고 raise 근데 답찬이야 수경하고 지고래 어 파빨리기 다난식이 지울리기 되게 참 뚱거와 뚱강 겹 적어와 오케이 신동을 보세요 and rearing livestock sem진 소경지 딩데질라 컬러스나 agriculture. Is that clear? All right, now under this agriculture you will find a different type, okay. Mainly that has been given in your textbook is 2, that is primitive subsistence agriculture, intensive subsistence agriculture. So these are the 2 types. Under the intensive subsistence agriculture dominated by paddy. Paddy means rice. And under that again the type number 2 is intensive subsistence agriculture dominated by other crop, all right. And here what you need to understand is the word subsistence. All these products are used for self-consumption, okay. And this is important. Primitive means old method, okay. And then intensive, all right, high use of labor but the small land, okay. And then okay, fine. So these are the types, and then in some area, all right, the cultivation is dominated by the rice, and in some area it is dominated by the other crops that may be a wheat, barley, rye, and so on. RYE. Okay. Now we should discuss one by one. Okay. So the primitive subsistence agriculture. So it's a old method of cultivation, okay. So and this primitive subsistence agriculture is also known as, all right, it is also known as shifting cultivation, or it is also known as slash and burn agriculture. Now in this type of agriculture, or this is the olden methods of cultivation of soil, and in this what they will do, and it is mostly the practice in the tropical thick forest area. It is practiced in the forest area, all right, mainly. So what they will do, what the farmer will do, what these primitive people will do, they will clear the forest. Clear the forest in the sense they will cut the forest, all right, they will burn it, all right, and whatever the ashes they will get, they will add it on the, all right, land or a soil, and by which they will cultivate on it, okay, and they will stay there for the 1 to 3 years or 5 years. After that, they will move to a different land, and same process will go on. What they will do, they will cut the forest, all right, they will burn it, okay, and then the ashes will add to this land, and then again they will cultivate on land. Now here the question is, why they have moved after the 3 or 5 years? Why they have moved? Because the fertility of the soil has lost, okay, because of continuous cultivation on that very same land. So that's why the name shifting cultivation is. They will shift to a new forest area and clear the forest, all right. And why it is known as slash and burn? They will slash, they will cut. The slash means cut, and burn, all right. What they will burn, whatever they have cleared the forest, they will burn it, and then ashes will add it to the soil in order to increase the fertility of the soil. Is that okay? And if the fertility of the soil is no more, all right, when it becomes unfertile, they will move, or they will shift to a new forest area. That's why it is known as shifting cultivation or shifting agriculture. Is that clear? All right. Now, and this is about the meaning, all right? Meaning. At the same time, how it got the name shifting cultivation and slash and burn agriculture. Okay, and then the features or characteristics of primitive subsistence agriculture or shifting cultivation or slash and burn agriculture so they are holding a small land. Okay, this land is small, and they do not use the fertilizers, okay, and change the land after losing the fertility of soil. So they will change the land, okay, after 3 to 5 years they will move to a new land. Okay, why they are moving from place to place, okay, or from a present land to another forest area? Because the fertility of the soil became unfertile. All right, that is important. And then use simple tools. They are using the simple tools and products. Now this is important. The products are consumed by themselves. All right, that's why it is known as subsistence. All right, all these are right. Subsistence. Okay, so subsistence means the productions are consumed by themselves. Okay, so these are some of the features or characteristics of the primitive subsistence farming. And then the family laborers are the family member. Okay, or family members are the labor, and the distribution. So where it practice, all right, it is practiced in the tropical areas. Tropical area in the sense near the equator. All right, near the equator. All right, or 0 degree to 23.5 degree to that area. All right, they practice the what? Slash and burn agriculture. All right, or slash and burn agriculture is also known as shifting cultivations. And then these are some of the areas. All right, for example, the Northeast India, okay, and Mexico, and even in the Central America, right, and Indonesia, okay, and Malaysia, Brazil. So Okay, all these, and even you will find in Africa also, but that is not mentioned in your textbook, so we shall not discuss that. So practice in the tropical areas. So these are the tropical areas, and this slash and burn agriculture has a local name. All right, for the same practices, it has a different name. All right, in the Northeast India, it is known as Jumi. All right, and in the Mexico and Central America, that is known as Milpa, and Indonesia and Malaysia, it is known as Ladang, and in Brazil, it is known as Roca. And try to find out the local name of for the shifting cultivation in Vietnam. All right, and then the Africa. Is that clear? Okay, so these are some of the distributions. Now here it's very, very important. Now look, your textbook has followed some patterns, and you try to know that patterns. And if you know that patterns, it is easy for you to understand and easy for you to study. Is that clear? Now the pattern they follow is meaning, all right, features or characteristics, and distribution. Okay, so that has been followed in your textbook, and if you know that and you try to put this meaning, distribution, all right, and then the features, if you try to add in all the topics, you will find easy to understand. Okay, and here it will be also the same. Also, next one is intensive subsistence agriculture. Intensive subsistence agriculture dominated by paddy. Paddy means, as I told you, rice. Okay, rice. So the main crop or a principal crop is rice. Okay, and land holding is small. So all these are subsistence agriculture. Because of that, the land holding will be small. Okay, and the family members are the labor. All right, for every processes of sowing and then the nurturing or growing. All right, and harvesting, for all the processes. Okay, family members are the labor, and less use of machines. Okay, manual labor. All right, everything will be done by hand. All right, not by machine. And farmyard, whatever the farmyard manure is used. All right, whatever the cow dung they are getting from their farmyard, and they will use it. All right, or whatever the organic material that has been remaining got from the in the farm are used on that. Okay, or as a manure. And yield, now this is important. Okay, yield per unit is high. All right, from the small plot of land. All right, yield. Okay, the units yield is high, the production is high. Okay, but the per labor is low. All right, so the per labor the production is low, because on the small land the intensive or high use of labors is taking place. Okay, so when you try to distribute that production to all those members or family members or the number of people that those who are working or work in the field, all right, that will be a very low. Okay, so low production. Okay, per labor production is low. Okay. And then where you will find that kind of intensive subsistence agriculture. So such kind of intensive subsistence agriculture you will find in densely populated area of monsoon, including India and Japan, China, and Malaysia. All those areas. All right, these areas have and Vietnam. All right, North Korea. Right. So all those areas are the monsoon areas, and then you will find the the intensive subsistence agriculture dominated by rice cultivation. So the intensive subsistence agriculture is mainly practiced in densely populated area of monsoon. So the monsoon areas are the India, the Bangladesh, and then the neighboring countries. Am I right? So these area practices the intensive subsistence agriculture dominated by rice or paddy. Okay, and then this is type number 1. Okay, we have finished, and then the under the intensive subsistence agriculture type number 2. Okay, that is intensive subsistence agriculture dominated by other crops. So I'm not going to write the the characteristics. All right, the characteristics are almost one and same in this intensive subsistence agriculture. All right, I'm not going to write. These are the characteristics. Okay, all right, characteristics. So I'm not going to write the characteristics. Straight away I will go with these points. Okay, so in intensive subsistence agriculture dominated by other crops. So what are the other crops? All right, not the paddy or rice. Okay, so other crops are wheat, barley, soybean, millet. Okay, and then there are other also sorghum and so on. And wheat lanta hands the bit on tola barley lana the bit on the dota kaza and soybean padana shajama soybean millet lady the ragi da the kishi a coarse grain is millet level. Okay, chesa digit tapio other crops kagilana digit tapio character samuchi pache. And the cow mainly in Southeast Asia. Asia is south, all right, not the east. East land, right? Southeast land is, okay. And the card which is called the Ganga plain, the Asia is south side, okay. Ganga plain now with the purist. South India now millet. The South India probably is the Karnataka the South India Sarva, and then all the millet, the ragi, and the Kanaka Union Charva. So with this we have finished with the today's topic. Thank you so much.